Alright. So, yeah, I mean, just, I don't know, it's just one of those trucks. I mean, it was a Mazda, it was the first Mazda I ever drove, and the 5-speed manual it was a bit lousy, because I had to replace the clutch assembly on it twice. That cost $400 a piece. You know, I mean, I was gonna say these manual transmissions are a lot of work, you know, because I know I had this discussion with my grandfather when he was still alive. You know, we talked a lot about cars and stuff, and he told me that, well, automatics, he said, are just a lot less maintenance, because he restored automobiles and stuff, and he told me stuff about how getting parts for manual transmissions, or it just more parts that has to be replaced. The prices vary, but that it just kind of just depends on what you have. So nowadays, between automatic and manual transmissions, automatics are starting to become more the popular thing, because they've gotten to be a lot more efficient than manual transmission these days. Not with the regular automatic transmissions. We also have the automated manuals. They're considered a manual transmission, but it's a computer controlled clutch and shift, shifting. So it does the labor of the gear shifting for you. So it gives you the fuel efficiency of a manual transmission. So those are actually those are actually not too bad. So, but yeah, but I'm kind of going off subject here. But anyway, so the manual transmission in that Mazda was not really that great. I don't know, maybe I was actually gotten pretty good at shifting gears. And my thing about that is that on that truck and on the Miata, because on the Miata the shifter, it was between gears, it was pretty short distance. It was longer distance on the truck, so you kind of had to be on the sweet spot. And if you actually hovered your foot on the clutch pedal and stuff, that actually wears the clutch out faster, which I did not know. So I watched this video on learning how to drive a 13, 15, and 18 speed transmissions and theory behind it. And it was talking about that, like how, on how if you actually just hover it, it actually would over time it would wear down the clutch faster. So I did that. I didn't really know that was a bad thing. So, but yeah, so that thing really was not great. But yeah, that's I wasn't really too impressed with it. I only got like 18 miles in a gallon. It was pretty bad on gas. I had an 18-gallon tank in it, so how you did the math. I guess it would get probably a little over 300 miles on a tank of gas, probably. If I was able to fill it up all the way, because at the time I was broke, so I couldn't afford a tank of gas, and at the time it was like, $3 a gallon, so it was expensive to fill that thing up. So I rarely filled it up all the way. So unless my parents or somebody else did that for me. So, but yeah. So, but anyways, the car after that was a 2005 Ford Focus ZXE, I think is what it was. So. Slowing down here. Because apparently this cop is going very slow. distracted. Sorry. I was kind of wondering, why the hell was that going so slow? Oh well. Lights on? Yeah, they are. Okay. So, anyway, okay, so get back to the Ford Focus. It was a ZXE. It was a black two-door coupe. I mean, it was actually, I thought it was for a Ford, it was actually a pretty nice car. I enjoyed that car. I got it from Drive Time, which, I'm not saying anything bad about them. It's like, they're good for people that are really in need of a car that don't have very good credit or anything. I was like, yeah, they'll inflate they'll skyrocket the price every month for your paying. I was like, for a car like that, it was a $10,000 car. I was paying $305 a month for that car. I mean, yeah, it was like 21% interest. It was like freaking high. But I need a car, so what can I do, So, just a town. What is this? Oh, it's not 40. Oh. So yeah, that is stupid. Why? What? Uh-oh. That is no good. Alright. The hell is this? This road intersection is actually quite familiar. They use that a lot in Europe. Like I remember the original game, they actually use that intersection a bit. It doesn't have these long loops and stuff like this one does, but that's close. Interesting. So, fine. I can keep getting distracted by stuff here. Okay. Alright. Okay, yeah, we're in Barstow. Okay. Okay, finally getting back to the story here. Yeah, speaking of fuel, we'll probably need to stop with fuel sometime soon. So yeah, the Ford Focus was not bad. It was a 4-speed automatic, and that thing was actually, the gas mileage I would say is mediocre. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. To all fairness, it was average between, at its best, about 27 miles a gallon is what it got. So, as you can see, for a 4-cylinder car, it was not bad. What I liked about it was that it was quite peppy for a small car. I was like, that's really, it's really important to me because I want something really gas efficient. But I didn't want a Prius. It just kind of just was like driving a golf car, like that just something that just is not me, So I was thinking, well, so what can we do here, So, but. So anyway, I keep getting distracted on the line. Just keep getting distracted on the my Ford Focus story. This is really pissing me off. Oh, I hate doing that. Didn't do it right. Good 55. Okay, there we go. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, it's back. All right. So that car was not bad. Drive Time did have a limited warranty on it. Like in the first 6 months, the alternator went out on it, but they paid that in full. I just didn't pay the towing charges. And I got that money back. So in the end, I didn't really have to pay anything. So that's good. That's a good story, right? But anyway, so but I really liked that car though because it had really good air conditioning in it. Oh, it's a great air conditioning. It was a good enough air conditioning to fog the damn windows because I know a lot of times when I got off work and I was so hot, I just went in there and I just cranked the AC. It was one of those manual air conditionings, and I just crank it up to the second spot there, and I just turn on the max and on the I mean I say 2 notches above on those dials where it's like blue and red. I was like it's 2 notches above to the far left. So from the far left. So I liked it there. So so yeah, I mean that thing blew cold. I mean that air conditioning, I never had a problem with that. I mean I just give Ford a lot of credit because that car never overheated. It seriously never broke down on me. I had some tire issues, but that's with any car. But other than that, though, I mean, it was a great car. I mean, it did have some electrical problems, which ruined my CD player. I couldn't use it. I had no way of actually getting satellite radio in it, so it was a bit of a bitch to go long trips in it. But at the time, I just used my mom's car. It was a 2005 Toyota Corolla, which she put well over 200,000 miles on that thing. But she doesn't drive that anymore. It's a 2014 Lexus IS250, which is a very nice car. So I had that thing for 3 years. I enjoyed that car. But there was a time I wanted to get rid of it because it was starting to have the transmission was starting to slip, and I'm thinking that's gonna be an expensive fix. So that, oh, that's good. So yeah, so I was thinking, well, that's good. Yeah, that's not good. So I had to. We get to bypass this one, by the way. So that's cool. So I had to give me another car, so I had to go buy me another car. Probably I told this story already, but I got this thing in the mail from Fred Haas Toyota World, which is here in the Houston area, and so I went over there and talked to them. And long story short, I bought my current car that I've been driving. I bought that, let's say, about 2 years ago, in 2016. It's a 2014 Toyota Corolla S. It's our sport model, and absolutely love this car. Probably my most favorite car I've owned yet. It's the first Toyota I've ever owned. All the other cars have been, I've owned 2 Mazdas, 2 Mazdas, and 2 American cars. So. The Mazdas just don't last long. I mean, they're fun to drive at first, but they just don't last very long. So you just gotta be one of those type of connoisseurs that likes to, who really likes to, they can afford switching your car out every. Like I live in the Houston area, so you do a lot of driving, so. I'd say after about 75 to 100,000 miles, you have to replace a Mazda. But in a Ford, I'd say Ford is better, but you can probably go anywhere between 100 and 150,000 miles on a Ford. So they can actually go pretty decent if you will maintain it. That's average. But Toyotas are still ranking. You can probably put 350, 400,000 miles before you have a problem with them. So that's why I chose Toyota. Yeah, so. But, yeah, it's great. It has a CVT automatic, which it's a continuously variable transmission. And all it really does is that it just pretty much the engine and computer talk with each other. It kind of just determines on how fast you're going, how much pressure you're applying, to the gas pedal and RPMs and that such, to where it constantly adjusted. So, which means simple terms are no set gears. So it's constantly varying. The engine's constantly varying between RPMs and horsepower and stuff like that. So that's what that is. But it also has a sport mode, which can simulate a 7-speed manual, simulated manual. So, which actually is a pretty cool feature on it. It averages, I'd say about 37 miles a gallon. So it's way better than my other car. It has 10 more miles a gallon than the other car. So, but I just didn't realize that we are. I had to split the video. I'll be right back.